Hey everyone, George here again, and we're back in Vents. So we had finished up making our UV setup for this object. Now we're going to go back in here and start working on the rest of the object. So why don't we go ahead and take the easiest one of those, at least in my mind, and that's the straight tube. So why don't we take this from, I don't know, we can do the x-axis or the z-axis, doesn't really matter, or the y-axis. Let's do z, why not? Okay, so what we're going to do is unwrap this thing, keep it somewhat as a solid element. There's not really a reason to do that, and there's no reason not to do that either. It looks like I left some gaps here and there, so why don't we fix that? Shift right click and multi-cut. And we're going to just cut up things so that I have a nice transition from one side to the other. That transition is going to make life a lot easier for me. Okay, so let's do that one, and then this one, and this one. Flip around to the other side. I've been thinking, the reason why I'm going to do the inside and the outside for these, even though there's a high chance that you'll never see the outside, is I don't know yet if I'm going to make the vents have sections that are open. And if those vents are open, it might be nice to see something scary or have something pop through. So I like to have that capability, so I'm going to let things be the way they are. Okay, now we can start cutting things up. If I grab this entire line right here, that's going to separate, that's going to unroll basically this whole thing into one long sheet. So let's go ahead and cut that up. So do a cut right there. Oh, we can see this if I go ahead and grab it and go to unfold and do that, and you can kind of see what's happening, but it didn't work perfectly. So we've got, and that's mainly because we've got an inside and an outside to this object. So I am going to then separate the inside and the outside of the object by grabbing both insides and shift right clicking and going to cut, grabbing all of these by the shell, going to unfold and unfold again, and now we have our two separate pieces. However, the part on the outside, which has a nice little bevel going on, you'll notice has some deformation going on, specifically over here on these different sides. We're going to try to free that deformation by grabbing these parts right here and here. Well, actually, no. The deformation's coming in because of these ones right here. See that? It's pulling things away. So let's grab everything and just do an orient shells, first of all. And now that we've done that, I'm going to try, let's go to, let's go to straight UVs. So that did an okay job at things, but it didn't do a great job. So let's try this again. I'm just going to unfold it again a little bit. You can see what's happening there. And then I'm going to go to optimize. Where is optimize? Optimize. There we go. I'm going to G key a bunch of times just to get it to go through that whole process, flatten things out a little bit. Now let's go back to orient. And that's not so bad, actually. Pretty much straight lines around everything. So I think I will just leave it the way it is. We can, of course, grab these two elements now, shift right click, go to layout, and lay these out as necessary. We can see we take up most of the texture space for this particular element. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay out all of these, and we're going to figure out texture space after that. Maybe we want to share the texture space between these ones and this one. I don't really know yet. So let's grab this one over here. I think we're just going to attack all these from the y-axis, so why not? Let's grab them all. Let's go to planar and y-axis the whole thing. Okay, we're all done there. Let's cut them up now so we can get some stuff happening. So these objects are a little bit more complicated in shape. I think I'm going to unravel them from here is my initial thought, but I need to complete those cuts. So why don't we go to X-ray, turn that on, shift right click, multi-cut tool, and just start cutting. Cut, 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 cut.
Okay.
All right, that's good, and that's good. So now we can grab this bit, and we can grab that bit, and make a shift, right-click, cut over there. So now that part's completely exposed, and if we grab this, we should be able to unfold it. Whoa! So you know why that probably happened? Due to something funky with our transforms. So it looks like our scale's okay, but I'm going to go ahead and go to Edit, Delete by Type History anyway. And I'm next going to go to Modify, and I'm going to go to Freeze Transform. And I'm going to do that on Rotate and Scale and Apply. I'm going to try this once more. Let's try this once again. Grab the shell, unfold and unfold it, and we still get it stretching out to infinity, which means I have not taken into consideration something very important. And let's try to figure out what that is. Well, this part is going to have a problem. So what I should probably do is lay these out together. I want to put a cut in right here, I think, and right here across the top. That's going to allow me to break this up into 1, 2, 3 pieces, 4 pieces. So let's go ahead and do another cut, grab the whole thing, unfold, and let that happen. And we're still got quite a bit of mess. Let's see what's giving it to us. It's that bit right there, and it looks like I don't have a cut. I probably missed a cut. Yep, look at that. See it? Tiny little bit right there with the cut missed. Let's see if I can't, let's see. It's going to be, what, this one needs to go there. Let's fix you. Go there, grab you. Actually grab the two of you. Merge verts to center. There we are. I want to, now that I know that cut's fixed, let's just see what happens if I unfold everything. G key again, frame up. Okay, so I lost some stuff. So I'm going to grab it all. Let's go ahead and do a UV planar again. And now that I know I have things kind of reset, we can zoom back up. Now I can start cutting things up again and take a little bit more time to think about what I'm doing and hope that I got everything cut up well. So we're going to cut all that stuff up. So that, oh, look, I'm missing that whole section right there too. So multi-cut. And I need to make sure it goes red when I do that. And I missed that one too. Jeez. I'm not here tonight. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. No wonder the controls freaked out. All right, so you please, and you and you. I think we're good. We can see that it travels on the inside. Shift right click, cut. Now we're going to grab them all. We're going to hold our fingers in a shape that hopefully helps us out. Didn't? Okay, so let's take a look now. So that's combining, the inside and the outside are combining together, which is part of the problem. And why are they combining? That's the question. Because I did not make a cut here or here. So let's cut these up. Okay, cut. Grab them again, unfold them, and now we can see we definitely have the tops and the bottoms broken out. I don't know what that is yet. It's something messed up. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can't fix that. Unfold, unfold. Nope, did not like that either. Well, the good news is that we have non-manifold geometry. I mean, we have manifold geometry. That's not what's killing us. It's got to be something else that's causing this big problem. What else do we have in here that's probably making us... You know what? Let's back up a little bit. We're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to go to planar, and actually, let's go to right-click vert. I'm going to grab everything. Shift right-click, merge verts really fast. Just make sure my number's really low here. But I want to make sure all the vertices get fused together. Now we are going to once again planar this, but what I am going to do is just cut them up into bits. So that goes around there, that goes around there. We're not going to try to be clever with this. There's no reason to really be clever with this at all. So those all get cut up. We're going to make a cut on the inside. We're going to make a cut on the inside there. And I think that should be it. So we'll do our cuts. We'll grab our shells and we will unfold them. And now I'm going to orient them, and we are going to lay them out. All right, and that was not so bad whatsoever. There's a little bit of distortion here and there. You can see them on this part, especially around that bend. If we wanted to, we could probably grab these bits, cut them, and I think that should allow this to fold open. Yep, fold it open just a little bit. Let's go ahead and orient that a little bit. And I am going to rotate that 90 degrees. There we go. Oh, that top opened. That bottom barely did. Let's see, can we just straighten the UVs on that? That's better. We'll go with that. And we could do the same thing on some of these, so we can start straightening some of the UVs on ones we know can be straightened. That's most of these, really. This is a metal object after all. So actually, this one might be a good idea to break them up, I'm not sure. And you know what, we're gonna do it on this guy. Okay, I like that a lot better. Shift right click, layout, and let it lay out again. Great, that's not so bad. So bad for quick work. Okay, so that one's done, that one's done. This one needs doing, so we will come from the top down, and we're gonna cut it up just like we saw before. I'm gonna just actually go to multi-cut tool, and why don't we just go ahead and insert our cuts ourselves so that we are certain of where the triangles are going to happen. No reason not to. This way you don't have to worry about quads getting cut up in weird directions. Okay. I'm trying to wait for that red icon to pop up before I make any cuts so I don't make the same mistakes, although it is a little bit tedious. I wonder if I can use vertex snap with this, actually. If I hold down V, I can't tell if that's actually doing anything. I don't think it is, unfortunately. That would be a kind of cool thing to do, just have an instant snap. I think they have that in 3D Studio Max, if I remember correctly. That would be nice to have in this program right now. There probably is something like that. I just don't know about it. All right, last bit, and then we can start cutting it up. Great. Okay. Right click edge mode. Let's go ahead and make some cuts. So you, and you, you, and you, and we'll do the outside on this one this time. So that's cutting all the way around there. That's cutting around there, around that one, and around that one. And that should be it. So shift right click, cut, UVs. All right, so let's now unfold, unfold. Now we got these monstrosities to deal with. Let's rotate them. Come on. Orient, please. Okay, you can orient half of them if that's what you want to do. Let's try that again. Ha! Okay, rotate counterclockwise, great. Really? Whatever. There we are. Okay, so how do we want to break this up? So that's one of the squares, that's one of the squares. So the easiest way to break this up is to grab both halves of these, and this should be, yeah, right along the inseam. So go ahead and cut that. Grab both and unfold. Ugh, I don't think that was better, actually. Why did that? Oh, I see why. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. Maybe breaking them along the seam is the right thing to do after all. Okay. Oh, did I not break them along one of their seams? It looks like I missed one. When in doubt, it's probably because you made a mistake. Okay, let's do a cut now. Unfold, unfold. Much, much better. Now, what is this? Grab everyone right here and unfold them all together. Why are you all by yourself? What happened to you, little guy? And who is over here? And are you the same? Looks like they might be the same thing, just at different scales. So, might as well just grab it all and lay out. No. Grab it all, and I can never find orient shells. There we go. And might as well, now that they're pretty much laid out in a way I want, lay them out properly. All right, those are good. Let's go to edit, delete all by type, history. And the last one we're going to work on is right here. Save, frame on up. Once again, coming at this from the vertical direction. And let's cut it up. Oh no, let's multi-cut it up first. That's right. Always got to start somewhere with the boring stuff. Multi-cut, multi-cut. All right, save, F8. Let's cut it. So you're going to get cut, you will get cut, you will get cut, and you, and you. Am I missing anything? Yes. You, and you. All right, let's cut it. Wow, that just exploded. Let's try to make some sense of what's happening here. I definitely screwed up the cut, that's for sure. So that's the bottom, and that's probably the top. No, that's the inside. So those two are there. That's great. Then there's this whole mess, which is probably due to me cutting things improperly, which you can see right there. Yep, great. Grab these two and let's merge those verts. God, I screwed that up. Let me see if there are any more like that. I think we're okay. Oh, that needs to be a cut. Now, what do we do if we just grab it all again, unfold? Oh no, non-manifold geometry. Okay, what happened there? So we've got this piece, which needs to be rotated. That's still caught up on something here. Oh man, look at that. I believe you're wrong. So let's grab both of you now and merge you to the center. Let's try that again. So let's do unfold. Yes, I know. Just do it. Orient, layout, and layout. Okay, so now's where we get to make some choices. Do we want to try to combine any of these together, or do we want to leave them all separate textures? I mean, I'm trying to see if any of these really do a horrible job at taking up their UV space, and they all pretty much do an okay job. I mean, this is probably one of the worst with maybe, I don't know, 80% of it taken up and the other bit not. But the rest seem fine, in which case we're going to have to see if we have separate materials for each one. So let's look up this. So that's HVAC vent M, HVAC vent M, HVAC vent M. Yeah, so they will need separate materials. Edit, delete all by type, history. So this is HVAC vent M. This is going to be a new material. And let's call this, you know what? I don't like HVAC. Let's just call this vent underscore straight underscore M. Let's grab that Control A, Control C. Let's rename this one to assign new material, Fong. Go to here, and instead of straight, let's just call this just vent material. And right click, new material, Fong. Here we go again. Instead of straight, this will be, what was this one? Elbow or bend, whatever we want it to be. New material, Fong. And this one is what? Cross T what do we call this thing? 4-way. And this one now. Right click, assign new material, Fong, whoops, there, and this one is T, I guess. Okay, so we've got all our different spots now. They look okay. We're going to just move them somewhat back to the origin, so they're a little bit better off than where they were just a few seconds ago, somewhere like that. Actually, if I zero all these out, where do they go? Somewhere not good, right? Okay, so let's undo that really fast. We will need to fix that, but for now, it's fine. Yeah, let's grab them all and export this stuff out. So File and Export Selection, and we're going to do this to Substance Painter. So we're going to go up a couple, and we're going to find SP, FBX Exports, and we're just going to call these Vents. And then we're going to open up Substance Painter and get to work. All right, so File, let's see, New, and let's go to PBR Metallic. That's good. We're going to go to 2048. And let's select wrong project and Vents. Hit OK and let it load. Now that's loaded, why don't we go ahead and bake all of our special textures that we need to help us out with all these properties. So go ahead and do it all. Okay, now we have everything prepped and ready to go. Things are going to be pretty simple for this, I hope. So let's go under materials, take a look at what we have available. Big selection. Of course, aluminum is always good. Maybe some kind of steel might work as well. Here's steel hardened and tempered. Let's see what that looks like. Not sure about those scratches. Now, let's increase the UV scale, whoops, to 3. That's looking a lot better. I like that. What else do we have to work with here? Let's go to the elbow one. Just try a few of these out. I'm going to try to stay away from the pure ones. Now there's battered. I like that. Yeah, I really like that. Yes. I think I have a winner right there, but let's try one more. Let's just put aluminum next to them so we have something to go against. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nope. No competition. Absolutely none. Okay. So we're going with this one, which is steel battered for all of these, I think. So let's work on one of these, get it kind of working the way we want, and then we'll move on from there. So hold on a second. Whoops. Nuke that one. Okay. Now we've got something. So that's the base version of it. Let's go to the steel battered section and increase the number of repeats, which is ridiculous. It's too much. So let's now go under our parameters and change that. So I have bumps right here. I'm trying to see if we can just, that's better. So dirt I like, and the scratches I liked. Not so much the bumps. So I'm going to knock that way down. And I think I'm going to really, really push the scratches. Like people have clawed their way out of this thing before. All right, I like that. Now, what else do we want to work with inside of here? Now we have a rust dark metal that we can bring in and just push to the corners. Now, really, these things aren't really going to rust. I'd rather not put that in there. But I need something. We can, of course, come in here, create a new layer, and go to Project and put the ambient occlusion for the right one on it, of course. Let's see, this is going to be, we're an elbow, so that should be the second one, right? Yes. Okay, put that there. And now we've got a nice darkening effect everywhere, and we can go to Norm and just pick something like Multiply. And of course, we can duplicate that layer a few times if we really want the effect to become more pronounced. I don't quite like what's going on right there in that corner, but otherwise, I'm a fan. I still want something though, some grit, maybe. Let's do. I got to think about though when I start uniting these things together. I want the textures to work, so I got to worry about that because they all are separate right now. Let's do the vent pops. So in a prior video, I had made a vent normal map by going into Maya, modeling it and exporting out the image. It was in the vent for something. It was in the vents episode for something different. Now I don't seem to have that here, which means we're going to want to import that as a new resource. So import resource, add resources, and I believe that project was under Google Drive. Oh, here we go. So it's baked TP normals HVAC generic 7 shape is what I ended up making. If you want to know how I made that, go watch the other video. If I'm not busy, I'll put that here now as a link. Let's hit import, and now we can see it right there. Actually, it was already there. Okay. Anyway, what this does is it allows me to punch onto this a normal map that looks more like what a vent should really look like. So let's create a new paint layer. There we are. Now let's see. I do not want to paint color. I do not want to paint roughness or metal. I only want to paint normal. And let's see here. There's normal. You can see it right there. Now the problem is that I'm going to want to have a different alpha on this. So let's see. There should be just one that's basically completely fills the whole thing up. Let's close that. So now it's just what we have. And now I can kind of just take this and bump it out if I want to. I got to kind of be careful though, because it doesn't perfectly match. As you can kind of see there. So what I might just do is kind of stick it in the center and get it close enough. If that makes any sense. All I want to do is get that bump going in and out. Whoops. Something like this. Okay, and you. And you. You. We could probably spend a lot of time trying to make this look a lot better. I am not going to. Just going to let it be the way it is. Okay. So you got that. Let me look at the bottom. Come on. Might as well do the bottom since we did everything else. Okay. So there's a little bit of denting, at least in that. Makes it look a little bit more like a vent. And what I'm going to do now is let's name things. Denting. The rest of them I'm just going to let be. Let's grab everything, stick it under a folder. There we go. Minimize that folder. Just call this vents. Copy it. So let's go right click, copy the whole thing, and just start pasting this all over the place and see what we get. Oops. There we go. All right. So at least now we're starting to get an idea of what's going on. Some of these are obviously going to have to be changed, especially that vent layer. Let's go to vent M really quick. Paste that in there. There we are. That needs to be flipped upside down. I actually screwed it up, didn't I? Okay. So now in here, this first denting area needs to be fixed. So let's clear that out. Not clear mask. I want to clear the whole layer. Let's cut the layer. Just make a new one. Let's go solo on this one. And hit F6 to go on isometric. Come out from the top. Come at it from the bottom. Come at it from the side. Come at it from the other side. Okay, now the bottom over here. bam, and bam. All right, good enough. Okay, let's move along to the next one, which is this, which doesn't need anything. So we'll go on to straight. And let's come at this. Let's see, what can we do here? We can do, I should have made this a little bit better, shouldn't I? Is there any way to stretch this non-uniformly? That's the question. That's what I would like to be able to do. Their size. Yeah, I'd like to do this non-uniformly. There should be like a hotkey to do that. But there's not, so we're just going to do this, or not. Okay, we're going to nuke that layer, create a new one, then do that. And we're not going to do that after all. Let's see what's going on here. That needs to be selected. Bam. Whoops. And you. And you. And you. And now for the insides, because you never know when you're going to be inside. Scale it down a little bit. Bam. Bam. And bam, and let's go to F, what, 2? 1, 2? Perspective mode. I'm just going to stick one of them in there someplace. Not perfect, but it's good enough. Okay, let's call this vents. Now that I might as well save it. Alright, so what do we have done? Who's been vented? Has anyone been vented? Wait, did something get deleted? Because I don't see anything on anyone else except for this one. Why is there no denting on everyone else? What happened? Oh, come now. Delete, new layer. I'm turning that one on. So that's still there. So, what happened? I do. Does that not contain a normal map? No, it does. It's right friggin' there. What is happening? Oh, I'm sorry. That's vent. That's not going to do anything, is it? We want elbow. Yeah, so what happened to your stuff there, guy? I thought I did all of you. Apparently I have mental problems. Or I really don't know what I'm doing. That could also be the case. Very, 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 very much could be the case. Okay, so let's bring the other one back. That's the 4-way. Let's bring back that one. That one's still good to go. Alright, so that's gone. We got 4-way here. Let's fix 4-way. So this is supposed to be denting. So, bam. Bam. And there's only a couple places I can put this. So there. And there. Everywhere else, we're not going to deal with. Okay, so that's that one. Now we have straight. Straight is done. And then we have vent T for triangle. Or T for whatever. T. U. Nope. Click the right one, please. Come on. U. 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 And U. I'm doing this so fast you can kind of tell that I'm getting tired of being in here. Alright, so that's what we got now. We've got our different ones. They're good enough right now. They should provide us with something as we move along. I'm going to save. Let's go to Export Textures, and let's change our folder to Google Speed, Uturbs, reproduce it, FNAF, Substance Painter, Textures, right-click, New Folder, and Vents. Select folder, changes from PBR to Unity 5, and hit Export. Open the folder. Let's grab them all, copy, right-click, copy, reproduce it, assets, level, and what do we want? We're going to make a new one called Vents. Put it in there. There should be a textures folder in here, and that's where it's going to be. Okay, we got to export that out once we create all that stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. We got our events created. Now we're going to, in the next video, jump into Maya, situate our events throughout the different levels, and then we're going to jump into Unity, where we're not only going to see what those look like, we're also going to program it so that hopefully, if the user decides to bend down, that will then give them access through the vent. And I'll have to figure out some kind of coding to make sure they don't go through the vent or anything weird like that. But anyway, until then, I'll see you later. So long, everyone. And remember, if you want to help the channel grow, feel free to subscribe, let other people know about it. Or if you've got some room to invest, consider becoming a patron of the Patreon page. And, you know, anything that goes there comes back into the channel just to create more content more quickly. So long, goodbye.